A flow can be known as an automated an application that automates the business processes. This is the Salesforce. This is a feature of Salesforce which automates the business processes. Salesforce has its own flow builder where you can build, manage, and run the flows. Also, this is a point and click tool, so that means you don't have to write any code in the flow to automate any business process. This is flow, this is about flows, but this doesn't mean if we don't have to code, it doesn't mean you don't need to know about object relationships or anything like that. You need to know about admin things to um, run a flow, or to know about more, to know more about flows. So we are having a few elements in flow. Let's have a look. This is the elements in flow builder only, and also this is available, this type of layout you can see only in free form layout. We will be going through all of these in the org as well, but this is the brief introduction of all the features. So this is called a toolbox, in which we have two tabs: elements and manager. In element we have three features, which is interaction, logic, and data. In interaction, there is three things called screen, action, and flow. In screen, this is basically, screen is used to display the data, or maybe if we need some data from the user, we need some input from the user, we can use screens. Action simply means do something. Subflow is used when we have to create a flow inside a flow. So in that case, we can use subflow. Okay. And if we talk about logic, so first we have assignment, to assign any kind of value in a variable and then assigning that variable to another thing. This we will be going through. Assigning that variable to another thing, that is known as assignment. Decision is basically like if and else. Loop, everybody is very familiar with this, but repeating a particular block of code is called loop. And this is something new, that is called collection sort. Collection sort is basically used to limit the number of records in a collection. So this is basically collection sort. And then we have data. In this there are four things. First is create, update, delete, and one I'm missing, I guess. No, there are five. Okay, we will be going through it in what do you say, org itself. So we have create records, update records, delete. We are very familiar with these three, and let's see more of them there only. Another tab we have in the toolbox called manager. This we have the new resource. Okay, so in new resource, what we can do, this is basically a collection of different data types, we can say. So new resource is basically known as a collection of data, we can say. So in this we are having number of things called choice set, or maybe choice variable, and many more things. So we can store any kind of data in resource. So moving to the demo. Sorry. First we will be going through the flow builder, and then we will be discussing the scenario, and then we'll jump into the demo of the day. So for now, I am choosing the new flow. Okay, before going to the flow builder, we need to know how many types of flows are there in Salesforce. Okay, so first of all, we have screen flow. So screen flow, basically we will be doing all the things in screen only. Okay, so this is known as screen flow. Known that is not like we have to sorry excuse me. So we don't need to do anything else, but we can do everything in screen flow. It says guides user through a business process that's launched from Lightning Pages experience cloud sites, quick action, and more. So you can see all the things about flows, like this is a type of flow, this is another type of flow, all the things are mentioned here only. So this is basically screen flow. Okay, rest four of them are the part of auto launch flow. So this record, trigger, platform event, schedule, and auto launch. Basically, all if the question comes up like how many types are there in auto launch, like how many types of auto launch flow are there in Salesforce, we can say four types of. Okay, the first one is record trigger. So basically, this is like a trigger in Apex. If you know Apex, if you know coding, in Apex we have triggers. So this is basically the same, but the only difference between this trigger record trigger flow and triggers are we don't have any is changed or anything like that. We just have is sorry we just have created, updated, created or updated or deleted. All these options are there, but not the is changed option is available. Then we have schedule trigger flow. In schedule trigger, we can schedule the flow, and maybe it can run on a specific time. Platform event is basically executed or launches whenever the platform event message or platform message received. And then we have auto launch flow. In this, it is invoked whenever uh, it is always invoked by some process builder. Maybe we are creating a process in which we are invoking a flow, or maybe we are calling a flow. Then it can run. It can be invoked by Apex, REST API, and many more. So this is also part of auto launch flow. Okay, for now, because we have to go through the builder, I'll be clicking on screen flow and next. Okay, this was the layout I was talking about. First is free form. In this, we can arrange our elements according to us and in auto layout. In this the builder will be arranging it by itself. So for now, I'm choosing free form, and these all are the options. So first we have gone through all of these. Just these five are left. First is create record. So when we have to create any record in flow itself, we can choose create record. We can update the records. We can get the records. It will give us the IDs, and then we can delete the records also. So these all are the options in this. Okay, so now we will be discussing a scenario, and then we will be jumping onto the demo. So I have written a scenario in which we will be going to the contact object. Just a quick minute. In this, I am creating a field called contact relationship, which will be type checkbox. So I've created a field called contact relationship in contact object. Now I'm going to create a new object called contact object. Called contact relationship. In this object, I am creating a lookup relationship with contact. In another field, which will be of type text, and I'm naming it sales tab. So basically the scenario is, whenever the checkbox on contact object is checked, the checkbox contact relationship is checked, then we have to then there should be a new record in contact relationship. Let me show you. So whenever this checkbox is checked on contact object, at that time what we have to do, this contact relationship should be having a new record with the first name of the contact, and in this, as we have created some fields, for the contact relationship name should be having the first name of the contact, and sales rep should be having the name of the owner. So this is the scenario. I'm repeating the scenario. Whenever the contact object on the contact object, the field contact relationship is checked, this field is checked. So at that time, the contact relationship should be having a new record with the first name of the contact, and it should be having the first name or maybe the full name of the owner in sales rep. So let's consider first name in both of these. So we will be making a flow which will be a record trigger flow. I'm clicking on new flow, choosing the record trigger and auto layout. So here we have to choose the object. Okay, so for this I am choosing contact, because whenever on contact new contact record is created, I'm choosing the record is created, and what should be the condition? All condition are met. So here we can give the condition. So I'm giving contact relationship equals to true. Okay, so in this case, this if the contact relationship checkbox is true, at that moment it should fire. See, we have all the conditions. Okay, now we can see only manager tab over here, but there's no element tab. We saw that in this we were having a manager tab and also an element tab, but on the layout we can't see the other tab. So this is the new functionality of the auto layout, in which you can see all the elements over here. All the elements are available here. Okay, so we can see everything here only. Okay, so as if now we have the condition, now we will be doing an assignment. What assignment? Then condition is checked. After that, what should happen? The all the data should be assigned to the contact relationship object. So here I am writing assign the data. We should say assign the contact data. Assigning the contact data in contact relationship object. So for this we need to create a variable. Now why I am creating a variable? So this, as I said, this is a resource. We are creating a new resource of variable type, oh sorry, we are creating a new resource of variable type. In this, what we will do, we will store all the information, like all the data of those three fields which we have to uh, fill up directly without giving any data, this and this one as well, contact relationship name, contact, and sales rep. To fill up data in three of these, we have to create a variable. We will be assigning all the values in this only, and then we will assign this variable in create records. So here I am giving the name contact relationship, and what should be the data type, because we are creating a record, so that is why the data type should be a record. And which object? Contact relationship object. Now clicking on done. So this is the new variable which we have created. Okay, now we can, if we need to fetch any if we need any fields which is related to contact relationship, we can find all the fields over here. See, so for now I need name. So this is the contact relationship name, which should be equal to the current record. Okay, so dollar record is known as the current record. Okay, so we have to use this very wisely. So in this, what we should have, the first name of the contact. Dollar record is the dollar, wherever we have the dollar sign with any variable, that is known as the current, that symbolizes the current variable or current record, because we have record over here. So what I want in the contact relationship name, we should be getting the contact dot first name. Okay, second thing I need, that in contact, what we should have, the current variables id, and in the sales rep, I need current variables, current records, owner IDs, first name. So this is my assignment. I have given all the values which I wanted to give. Now clicking on done. So this is now this variable, contact relationship variable, is having all the data. Now I have to create a new record. Name of it is contact relationship data. Okay, now it is making it sorry, now it is making it much easier. We just have to select the record which we have created earlier. Sorry. So the record name is here attached. Clicking on done, and that's it. Now I'm saving it. And activate. And this is activated. Now I'm going to the sales app, refreshing it. New. I'm now giving all the details. So here I'm selecting Miss. No, let's not give my name, because I am the owner. So eventually it will be giving sales rep as my name. I have given the name, And now what we have to do, just checking this checkbox. What it should be doing, the ME, we will be getting a record called ME in new contact relationship. Clicking on save, and now we have a new record with the same name in contact relationship. As you can see, the first name is there and the name of the owner. My name is here as the owner, so my name is coming up. Also, the contact is coming up as MEFAM. So this is how it is working. Also, if you guys want, you can add any default part. Also, if you want to delete any element, you can copy, delete, or add a default path. And you can also add as many elements as you want. So this is how it is working. If you guys have any question, I'll be switching to the window, and now we are good to take up the questions. So yes, this was about flows from my end. Any questions, guys?
Thanks, Pal. I guess there were two questions. One is from Abhinav and one is from one Arif. Can you just explain that part?
Okay. One more, could you please discuss about resource? Okay. So basically, resources, we can say, as we saw there, right? We are having a number of things in resource. So whenever resource is basically nothing but when we have to store any kind of data. So we are having a number of data types in flows. We can choose that. Even if we are choosing the variable resource, in that also we can have a number of things. And this is how we can just a second, let me go back to the org. So see, if I am clicking on new resource, we are having number of resource types. Okay, that's text, template, formula, constant, variable, and many more things. If I'm clicking on variable, then I'm having a number of data types, so I can choose whatever I want. Even we can choose apex also. So whenever we are not able to implement anything by point and clicks, we can also go to the developer console, write down a code, and then we can call the flow. Whatever the possibilities are, we can do from points and clicks. We can do all things from points and clicks, and then we whatever the possibility things which we are not possible through points and clicks, we can do that in org. And then we can we can connect both of these, or maybe we can invoke it. So there are a number of things we can do from resources. Basically, this is nothing. If we talk about the basic definition of it, this is known as a collection. This is very basic, and because that is storing data in any of these types, and then these types also have some data types. I hope that answers your question. Oh, I'm really sorry, I forgot to share my screen. Okay, let me go to it again. Okay, is it visible now? Okay, so when I click on resource, you can see there are number of things in resource type only. We are having variable, constant, formula, text, template, and stage. And if I'm clicking on any of these, we are also having some data types of this. So if I want to select an apex class, so I will create all the functionality in apex, and then whatever is possible in flow, I will make that in flow, and then we can invoke it. So all are the functionalities which is the best things in flows. I hope that answers your question well. Would it be possible to throw some light on permissions in relation to flows? I didn't get your question. Can you come again? Just a second, let me go up again. What are the limitation of trigger flow over Apex trigger? I mean, what all things cannot possible to do using trigger flow? So as I said earlier, we can only create, update, or delete, but we cannot use like, I'm not very familiar with coding, but when we see, there are many things in the triggers which is like, is changed or is update, no, not is updated, but is changed is there. Okay, and many other things are there as well, but which that things are not possible in flows. Okay, so there are number of limitations which are not possible in flows, because if there are all the things that is possible in flows, trigger flows, then there will be no need of coding, right? So that is a uh, low code tool, and all the things which are possible in Apex trigger, that all are not possible in record trigger flows. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Advice to send an email from flows like after 10 days. So I believe for that we have scheduled trigger flows. So, and also we can send some emails through this also. I am not really sure, but yes, I have made this earlier. So see if I want to click the default path. Okay, wait, let me create a default path. And then, so why I'm creating a default path? So in case this contact relationship record is not created, so in that case it will fire. So I'm clicking on send email. All the data is what we have to give. We can fill it over here, but this is like the immediate trigger flow. Okay, so for now, for that we have to go to the flows again, and we need to create a scheduled flow, so that maybe we can fire the things later on. I also haven't tried it. See, we can schedule this flow, maybe like batches, we can say. Also have to go through it. Saifuddin. I'll be getting back to you over this. I also have to try that. So, really sorry for that. So, Sagar, can you please confirm, is that a question type of flows defined? Sagar, you there?
There only. Yep.
Yeah.
What
So,
was
is
that?
the question type of flows defined, or maybe it's something else? I'm not getting it.
Which one? So it might be it was related to like whatever types you explained, right? There were 5 type of flows.
Yeah.
So I guess he was telling to explain or like a bit more on that particular part.
Okay. So, as we saw, there are, because all of these flows now, we have to go through it directly. If I'm explaining all of these, that will make no sense until unless you're not trying it. So you have to try it, and then maybe if you face any kind of issue, then we can connect and work on it. So firstly, try all of these, and then if you face any issue, we can connect. So, as I saw the question, Ankur is asking in ScreenFlow how to navigate to any record after finish element. Means, can we customize that? Can you please explain a bit more, because I'm not getting the question very nicely, or maybe I am saying the question. You can confirm if you mean the same. So you are asking like whenever the end element is coming, like finish element is there, and then after if we need to navigate to any record, so we can do that, right? See, in this also I can do all the things, and if you're not able to do it, then you can click on save as, and then it will make another version of it, and then you can customize, because this is not like the process builder in which we have to we cannot change anything. In flows we can. Use of available for input and output checkbox. So this is the input and output checkbox are there to make that object available for inputs and outputs. Like if we need that particular variable, or that particular variable or that particular record should be available for input or output, then we can check both of these.
So are you sharing something over the screen?
No, I'm not sharing any screen.
Okay.
What kind of flows can we call go through flows? I'm not getting this question. What kind of flows can we call go through flows? I am not really sure about it. Am I audible, Sagar? Okay. Any security access to run flow? No, we can run flows directly also if we are not having like. I don't think so. There's any security or any access ban for running a flow, so that is pretty much available for all of us. Will it be possible to throw some light on permission in relation to flow? This question also I didn't get. Permission in relation to flows. Anil, can you please elaborate your question? The user doesn't have access to objects.
Something related we can assign or something like that, like flow need to be assigned to any of the user profile or permission, something like that.
So, if we are not having access to any particular object, definitely will not be able to see the objects in the flow, or we will not be able to create any flow on the particular object. But yeah, there's no permission should be assigned to user to create a flow. I don't think so. There's any permission. Can you give example why we need assignment? So to see, as we saw in the demo, that whenever I am creating a new record, or when I need to create records, okay, in the data section, I'm not sharing the screen, I'm just explaining it. So whenever we need to create a new record, we can directly choose the record, else we have to select, else we have to give all the data manually. So there can be a situation, or that there can be a scenario where we need all the data again and again. So in that case, assignment comes in the use, that we can assign all the values in a single assignment, and then we can reuse it, right? So this is the basic use of assignment. If the user doesn't have access to object we are manipulating in flows, yeah, if the user doesn't have access to the flow, to the object, then definitely the object will not be uh, visible in the flow, in the object section. Can we go through any validation message and record trigger flow? Validation message, as in validation, in the validation rule we have some error messages. So we are talking about the similar thing, right? So in flows we can send a email. So we can send the email that okay, as I show you the default path. So if the record is not created, we can send an email to the user that this particular record is not created, or we are facing some issues in creating the record, something like that. In ScreenFlow, how to navigate to record after finish an element? Okay, I hope that this question is answered already. Can we call Apex class and flow? Yes, we can call Apex class and flow. It's possible. What was not possible? As far as I know, earlier it was not possible. So now work around a solution. This I didn't get. Can we use HTML and CSS and screen component to display? So I believe there is something called rich text area in uh, whenever we are creating any new email to send. So we can edit those things in an email while sending it. Defining the types of flows. Yeah, there are 5 types of flows. We discussed about it in the very beginning, right? Screen flow, auto launch flow. These are the main 2 types, and in auto launch there are 4 more types. Okay, screen not visible. Okay. Oh, Ankur, what are you talking about? Can you please come again? So, Anjum, have you tried that? Like to create a discount calculator, or I'm not getting what your question exactly is.
Well, Anjum is asking might be like in our coding side, we will
Mhm.
just make a simple calculator like sum, summation, multiplication, and all this stuff. So
Mhm.
similarly, in Flow, do we have any other functionality where we can create a discount calculator or something like that related to that? A kind of
Uh,
a start.
I am not really sure about it, but yeah, maybe we can create through screen flows or something like that. Uh, but
Yes, we can. Yes, we can create that.
right, what kind of flows can we call from process builder? We can call maybe all types of flows from process builder, but mainly I have tried screen flows. All the other types I haven't tried yet. So yeah, screen flow we can definitely call. So what we have to do, we can basically give the name. We basically give the name of the flow while calling from process builder. So in that case, whatever the name is there, it should be calling the flow. So I believe all types of flows we can call except the platform event, but not really sure about it. So maybe I can get back to you. One limitation flow trigger over apex trigger could be. Okay, this is not a question. Okay, in a particular scenario, for example, here I am creating a new opportunity using a flow. Okay, and I am triggering the flow from a button in from button from opportunity tab. Okay, after flow getting triggered on click of button. So there is nothing called click like calling a flow on the click of button. So maybe you're talking about the coding thing, right? I want to I want the user to be able to navigate to newly created record. Is this possible? So basically you are calling a class. Sorry, you are calling a flow from a class, right? Is there something like that? Devendra, can you confirm? Can you please explain again the use of creating resource and flows? Okay, so that okay. So maybe let me share my screen again. So here we have a resource type, right? So what there are multiple types again. So if I want to assign these all the like all this data to another object as well. Okay. So in that case, I have to create this data again and again and assign that in the create record or maybe update record, right? So in that case, what we can do to simplify the things, that we can create a variable, assign all the data in that only, and then we can use the, because right now see what I have done is I have used contact relationship, but I can change this and maybe we can name it something else and we can reuse it. Okay, so this is the reason I have created a resource in this assignment. I can also do this without assigning it. I, I can directly make a record in the create relationship data also because condition has checked already, right? But if I want to reuse this variable, then Why? What is the need of creating again and again? What is the need of creating the data again and again? So for the betterment, I have created a resource and assigned all the values in that also. This is a very simplified flow. I like, if you look at the bigger picture, if you're creating a like flow in which all these elements are there, but also these elements are on repeat, like many of the create record, many of the get records, or maybe multiple screens are there, and many more things. So in that case, we cannot create all the records again and again, right? So in that case, the resource comes in the picture, and we can create all the things earlier, or maybe while creating it for the first time, and then we can assign it or maybe reuse it. This is where resource comes in the picture. I hope that answers your question well. Error message and flows. In screen flows you can. Else in the all of these, I'm not really sure. What if the government limit hits while updating the records? Okay. I am not really sure about it. Maybe I can get back to you, Roma, in this. Can you please briefly explain quick action flow, before save flow and screen flow? In which condition we should use them? Can we use contact relationship variable or other custom object or same object? Definitely on the same object, because we are not having any other, like, definitely we will not be having the fields. And also, if you saw, we have selected the custom relationship, right? So we cannot use it. We cannot use it in other custom object. Okay. And about quick action flow before save flow and screen flow. Screen flow is nothing but the simple flows in which if we directly click on run, and if we can also place those screen flows on the home page, so that whenever we need the data, we can directly get the data from the home page only, and we don't have to come and run it again and again. And about quick action flow and before save flow, I'm not really sure, so I can get back to you over this, Anju. Yes. So emails, we have talked, like, in the demo itself, the default path, sorry, the fault path, and error we can show in the screen flow. How exception handling is done in flow? Yeah, there was a blog, but I missed the name of it. So you can drop your email address, or maybe you can drop your Twitter account, and I can send you the link. Okay, so I guess we are good with the question. Any other question? Sorry. Any other question, guys? Sagar, I guess we are good with the question.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Payal, for like such an insightful session. This session was like full of learning and knowledge, which will definitely help each and everyone in their career with respect to lightning flows at least. And we got many new things with respect to this. And there were many good questions which were coming in from the people who joined. And we are grateful to each and every one of you. And thank you, everyone. So now we can just start with the Kahoot quiz. I'll just quickly share my screen, and apart from that, I'll just share the details related to upcoming sessions over the chat, and you can follow us on WhatsApp, Twitter, LinkedIn, each and everywhere. And then I'll just quickly share the computer screen. Okay, and just let me know once my screen is visible. Is my screen visible, Payal?
So,
Okay. So might be like each and every one of you are already aware of Kahoot quiz. So you just need to type on the URL, or if you are on mobile, you need to type www.kahoot.it. And if you have that particular app, you can mention it directly this particular game pin, or else 899-8447. Again, I'll just repeat 899-8447. If anyone is facing any challenges, just let me know. Just quickly paste this over. Okay, I see people are joining. 31 people have joined. So we have top first winner over this particular session. So just maybe click on this particular part. Okay, I see 34 people have joined. Okay, 35. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes and then we can start. So we have first lucky winner only for this session, as we have upcoming session with respect to Apex and another one with respect to DocuSign on 4th and 5th December. So do join that particular session and get a chance to win the vouchers. There we do have multiple